Check your question paper where you need any discussion. Let me know the question number.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Which section it is? Batch, which batch?
Ma'am, batch 1, ma'am.
Batch 1, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Machapani.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in question number 62, ma'am.
Which is not attached to any other board hired.
Ma'am, 62.
It's matching, very simple.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, scapula, if you know any problem with other scapula, you know, flat bone it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Particularly triangular also you can add, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Clavicle with the 2 curvatures, D ki 2, ఇది ఎక్కువ తెలుసు మనకి, easy. Sternum emo flat bone,
Yes, ma'am.
C ki 1, D ki 2, C ki 1, D ki 2 in the first option.
Yes, ma'am. I put the first option. They said the answer is fourth one.
Let me see your key. Check your key.
It was given first one only, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's first one only. I think only few papers have it given wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
Ala online key maybe.
Yes, ma'am. Because even I kept the first option, I got it right.
Okay, okay. First only, suppose if you have any dot with the patella cup shape, scapula triangular here. Very well, you
A
know.
few people's key is wrong, I guess, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because even I got it right.
Then it will be corrected, no problem. Let it be. Okay, next.
Ma'am, question number 55.
Thin filament is made of 2 affectin corrected. Each thin filament. Affect is a polymer of G-actin character, which is a character wrong set test, incorrect test. So A, B, you can't take any option which is with A and B. So only one is left here. B correct, B correct, A correct, C, D chuddam. Troponin masks the active sites on actin during contraction kaadu kada.
Resting.
During resting. Myosin head and short arm together known as cross arm. Apde cross bridge kaadu.
Yes.
Cross arm, when it is attached to the active site of actin, then cross bridge formation. Otherwise, head and the neck together called as head and neck emo short arm. Neck ni short arm kuda anachu. Head and short arm together called as cross arm. Once it is attached to the active site of actin, then it forms cross bridge. Okay, now.
Yes,
Next.
Question number 59.
ఇలా కూడా చేయొచ్చు. You know very well these two are correct. So eliminate those options with A and B. ఇది ఒక్కటే మిగిలింది. Even you go like that also. Sometimes if you don't know, you can get the answer by checking the options also. Learn that type of, that style of answering. Okay, next.
59, ma'am.
The reaction time of fibers can vary in different muscles. Ade refractory period. Repeated activation of muscle can lead to accumulation of pyruvic acid causing fatigue. This is correct. And even reaction time means nothing but contraction part. of fibers can be vary in different muscle kuda correct. Because you see,
Ma'am,
muscles
first lactic acid accumulates and then
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
ఏమన్నాడు అక్కడ ఉండు చూద్దాం. Repeated activation of
Pyruvic
muscle
acid.
can lead to accumulation of
pyruvic అని ఇచ్చాను.
pyruvic acid.
ఇక్కడ yes ma'am, F2.
Lactic acid.
ఈ wrong.
Lactic acid.
ఏ కరెక్టే నాన్న.
Yes ma'am, third option.
It depends on the fiber. Like I didn't mention about the Alarnan phenomena to the muscle, because if you know about the Alarnan phenomena in nervous system, then easily you'll understand it is related to the muscle. What is that? Muscle fiber follow Alarnan phenomena, but muscle bundle never follow. అర్థమైందా? అదే ఆ పాయింట్. Reaction time of the fiber can vary in different muscles. ఇది కరెక్ట్. Reaction time అంటే run away time, contraction time. అర్థమైందా? And it cannot be same for everyone. It depends upon the strength, depends upon the muscle type. అది అన్నీ ఉంటుంది. Okay. Pyruvic acid కాదు. Yeah, lactic acid, correct. So next, third option. Next, Nana.
Ma'am, 68th one, ma'am.
68th one. ఏమన్నాడు? కరెక్ట్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ డిజార్డర్, అది కూడా ఏ ఇమ్యూన్. అవునా?
Yes ma'am, all options.
కరెక్ట్ వచ్చిందా? చూద్దాం. ఏ ఈజ్ ఆటో ఇమ్యూన్ డిజార్డర్, myasthenia gravis. Yes, autoimmune disorder. Next, ACE, muscular disorders. ACE, myasthenia gravis, muscular dystrophy, tetany. All three are muscular disorders. Correct. BDF, skeletal disorders. Gout is related to joint. Osteoporosis related to bone. Yes. Arthritis also related to the inflammation to the joint. Correct. Yes, all are correct. Fourth option.
Ma'am, that means joints also come under skeletal, ma'am.
Yeah. Where we have studied joints in the muscle. Correct. After completing our skeletal system, we did types of joints, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So gout and osteoporosis and arthritis, gouty arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis, anything you take, all these are joint related. And osteoporosis, yes, density of the bone, 1, 2, 3 bone related, and these two particularly, two bones joining together near the joint. You can't take it in the muscle. They come under joints, means come under skeletal system. Next, Nana. How many marks you are getting? 170, anyone in the class?
I got ma'am 170.
Okay. Next. 175 like that. Emara. No one? No. Sorry. Any other question? Any other question you want to discuss?
No ma'am.
So may I close this? May I start the new lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
So this week we are having a lot of syllabus. All the 12 pairs of cranial nerves, spinal nerves we have to complete. Brain structure we have to complete. Spinal cord structure we have to complete. And at the same time, synaptic transmission. Let me see the syllabus once again. Is it posted in your class group?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Shall I read it out, ma'am?
Ma?
Shall I read it out?
No problem.
Okay.
Incoming senior super 60. Yes, already we have done introduction of types of nerves. Kada, afferent, efferent, interneuron, generation and conduction of the nerve impulse up to sodium potassium pump done. From action potential to coordination, conduction speed done. Transmission of impulse done. ఇక్కడ నుంచి స్టార్ట్. సెంట్రల్ నర్వస్ సిస్టమ్,
Yes, ma'am.
limbic system, midbrain, hindbrain, spinal cord, reflex action, synaptic transmission ఇవ్వలేదు ఏంటి? దీని కంటిన్యూషన్ లో ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇంపల్సెస్ ఇక్కడ చూద్దాం, మీ మెటీరియల్ లో చూద్దాం. నెక్స్ట్ సినాప్టిక్ ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ అయితే ఐ విల్ కంటిన్యూ దట్.
Ma'am, it's given transmission of impulse అని ఇచ్చారు.
ఇంపల్స్ అన్నారు, ఎక్కడ ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇంపల్స్ ఆక్సాన్ కూడా అవుతుంది కదా.
అంటే
But
electrical
in
synapses and
NCERT,
chemical
it's given under
synapses.
synaptic nerve.
Okay. Refractory period, propagation of action potentials, unidirectional propagation of action potential, conduction speed, transmission of impulse అన్నాడు తప్ప వీడు ఓకే కెమికల్ సినాప్స్, ఎలక్ట్రికల్ సినాప్స్. ఓకే గుడ్.
Electrical synapses.
Yeah, next అది 4 mark question nana. Even synaptic transmission separately a 4 mark question for your board exam. So listen that. Let us go through that. After that it is brain structure, then it is spinal cord structure. Okay, wait a minute. Brain structure. ఇది ఈ రోజు అయిపోతుంది synaptic transmission. Maybe we can start even the brain structure. Spinal cord structure, okay. Reflex action and reflex arc, okay. Peripheral system lo very somatic. Cranial nerves ivula. Okay. ఒక టేబుల్ లా ఇచ్చినాడు. ఓకే, టు గో త్రూ. అయ్యా, somatic nerve system ఎక్కడ ఉంది హెడ్డింగ్ నానా? Somatic, where it is? Division, what is the last line ఏంటరా? Spinal nerves, branches of spinal, okay. Functional division of the peripheral nerve system, autonomous, somatic.
In that it's there.
Yeah, 2 divisions, somatic and autonomous. కానీ సొమాటిక్ కి విడిగా ఏమీ స్పెషల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ లేదు, చాలా ఉంది నానా పోర్షన్, చచ్చిపోతాం. సో లెట్ us స్టార్ట్. ఏమైనా డౌట్ ఉందా లాస్ట్ వీక్ సిలబస్? ఓకేనా? నర్వ్ ఇంపల్స్ ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ అది అన్ని మీకు కమాండ్ ఉంది కదా మంచిగా?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
సో మేము మూవ్ ఫర్దర్.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us see this. We done in the last classes, we are done how the impulse is transmitted at this place, isn't it? So already in the muzzle we have done, so it is easy for you. How it is transmitted here is the lesson now. You know very well this junction is called synapse. Already in junior inter you have studied. So how it is done here, we are going to study now. Maybe it is a muscle sarcolemma, but here as it is a synapse, you can't take sarcolemma. If it is neuromuscular junction, same way. If it is synapse, also in the same way. Idigondi ee part. E gap lo how it is transmitted to the next neuron we are doing now. Synaptic transmission we are doing now. E gap anta e cleft antam. We call it as synaptic cleft. Synaptic cleft. And the distance is 150 angstrom units. The distance, because this membrane and this membrane, axon terminal membrane, that is synaptic knob membrane, and dendritic membrane, here they never touch, physically never touch each other, a gap is there. So sometimes it is called as structural gap and functional bridge. Functional bridge is there. ఎందుకు bridge through chemicals, acetylcholine, exactly nerve impulse muscle contraction, న్యూరోమస్కులర్ జంక్షన్ చేసాం కదా, ఎగ్జాక్ట్ అలాగే జరుగుతుంది ఇక్కడ.
Yes,
సో
ma'am.
ఫంక్షనల్ బ్రిడ్జ్ మీన్స్ హియర్ దిస్ కెమికల్స్ హెల్ప్, కెమికల్ బ్రిడ్జ్ అని కూడా అనొచ్చు. వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్ కెమికల్స్? యు నో వెరీ వెల్. వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్? న్యూరో
Transmitter.
neurotransmitters. So let us see how it occurs. Okay, some terminology you have to be very careful. What this membrane is called, what is this membrane called, adi anni cheddam. Again, this transmission is of two types. We will do that. First, you note down, I'm elaborating this diagram. This part I'm elaborating, making it large here. So check this. The axon terminals, ending with synaptic knob, and next it is. So note down, structural gap. Structurally gap is there. Enta 150 angstrom units, and we call this junction as synapse, and that gap is called synaptic cleft. As usual, filled with ECF. Of course, functional chemical bridge is there. Functionally, a bridge is there. That is, chemical bridge is there. What are the chemicals? Neurotransmitters. So let me draw the remaining part. And specifically, you should be very careful with the terminology we give. Yes, I'm drawing the next neuron here. So take the next neuron like this. Okay. You are taken next neuron. Important. Okay. So this membrane of the axon, I mean synaptic knob, is called presynaptic membrane. Careful with that. Yes, already we are done. This is cleft here, synaptic cleft here. And it is 150 angstrom units. Now take this synaptic knob membrane is presynaptic membrane. Presynaptic membrane. Careful with the terminology. Synaptic knob membrane is presynaptic membrane. In the same way, dendritic membrane. Dendritic membrane is automatically behind the synapse. So this dendritic membrane is postsynaptic membrane. Postsynaptic membrane. Note down. Postsynaptic membrane. First, and the postsynaptic membrane. Careful, always you remember this. Synaptic knob membrane will be a presynaptic membrane. Next it is postsynaptic membrane. And in these axon terminals, telodendrites, a lot of mitochondria are present because energy is required, ATP is required. And knob consists synaptic vesicles, you know, which are filled with neurotransmitters. So these are synaptic vesicles, and they are filled with a neurotransmitter. And you know, most general neurotransmitter is in both the invertebrates and vertebrates, it is acetylcholine.
Choline.
Got it? So what happens here? Now it is a sequential type. Then how impulse is traveled up to here normally? Already, yesterday we are done. Now how it is transmitted here? We are doing it now. So once the impulse transmitted up to axon terminal, important, we didn't mention about the two more gates in your class because we have done only sodium voltage gated channel and potassium voltage gated channel. But now third voltage gated channel is calcium voltage gated channel. Because at that time, no need of this calcium voltage gated channel and ligand gated channels. Fourth type is ligand gated channels. Now they are included here. Now I'm going to discuss about them. Yes, this synaptic knob membrane consists calcium voltage gated channel. So once impulse reaches up to this synaptic knob, calcium voltage gated channels open. What are these channels? Calcium gated channels, voltage gated channels open. When they open, once nerve impulse transmitted up to axon terminals. So on the synaptic knob membrane, calcium voltage gated channels open. Second step, because you are asked to arrange them in sequence. So second step is calcium voltage gated channels open. Now next, then what happened? Calcium ions enter into the synaptic knob. Third step, calcium ions enter into synaptic knob. They enter inside. From ECF, they enter into the synaptic knob. And with the help of these calcium ions, the synaptic vesicle, with the help of this calcium ions, suppose say somewhere here I'm drawing calcium voltage gated channel. So once calcium ion flow inside, because of, now fourth step, because of that calcium ion, this vesicle moves forward, and it opens on the membrane. Just imagine vesicle is moving forward. Ikkada undi vesicle slowly moving forward due to calcium ion moving, and on the membrane it opens. Got it? So just imagine it is a vesicle here and attached on the membrane. Both the membrane fuses and here it opens and release that neurotransmitter into the cleft. That is the fifth step. And acetylcholine neurotransmitter, because it's the most common neurotransmitter. And on the postsynaptic membrane is this ligand gated channels are present. So it attach on that ligand gated channel. ఇదిగోండి ఇక్కడ రిసెప్టార్ ఉంది. ఈ కప్పు నేను ఒక పని చేస్తా. I'll draw it with green color so they are specified. ఇదిగోండి ఇవి ligand gated channels. So they are also gated channels. It's a gate with receptor. One more gate I'm drawing. I mean voltage gated channel I'm drawing. So they have receptors.
Ma'am, both of these are single gated, ma'am.
Yeah. They don't mention anything about 2 gates or 1 gate. But yes, these gates consist receptors. What receptors? Why I'm drawing a cup-like, it is indicating a receptor. Ila alochichunde cup-like structure. So that neurotransmitter goes and attach on the receptor. Then what happened? These ligand gates open. And specific ions transfer inside. They didn't mention about which ion, specific ion. Okay, so 5 steps, let us see. Number 1, nerve impulse transmitted up to axon terminal. Second, calcium voltage gated channel on the synaptic knob membrane open. Third step, calcium ions flow inside and allow the synaptic vesicles to move forward. Fourth step, vesicle once meet the membrane, opens on the membrane and release acetylcholine. Fifth step, Acetylcholine consists receptors on the ligand-gated channels on the postsynaptic membrane and allow them to open. Sixth step, specific ions enter into the postsynaptic membrane. Mottam 6 steps. So you have to draw this diagram, and it is 4-mark question in the board exam. Every time it is repeated. Got it? Either why it is specific ion? I'm writing specific ion enters into postsynaptic membrane. లేదా postsynaptic neuron. And what happens next, we will discuss it later on. Okay. Postsynaptic transmission. Ikkada kada. Actually, next impulse should start at what place? Ikkada. Every time impulse starts at axon hillock in the initial segment kada. Ikkada. Next neuron should start at impulse ikkada kada. Then how it is traveling here, we are discussing. How in the cleft, how inside the cell, you are discussing next step. Yes, once again, I'm repeating total 6 steps. Number 1, impulse transmitted up to axon terminal. Number 2, calcium voltage gated channels open on the synaptic knob membrane, లేదా presynaptic membrane. Number 3, calcium ions enter into the synaptic knob, allow the vesicles to move forward.
Ma'am, from where do the calcium ions enter, ma'am?
ఇది ఏమని చెప్పాను? Aramark వేసానా?
Okay.
From where I put the aramark, ma? Then.
Okay, ma'am. Got it.
So from synaptic cleft, calcium ions enter into the synaptic knob through this calcium voltage gated channels and allow the synaptic vesicle to move forward, open on the membrane, and allow the release of acetylcholine chemicals. Now acetylcholine attach on the ligand-gated channels present on the postsynaptic membrane and allow them to open. And specific ion enter into postsynaptic neuron. Close. This synapse degra chemical bridge. You are going to understand a chemical bridge. So as here acetylcholine is participating, this type of impulse transmission is synaptic transmission is called chemical synapse. So it's a structural gap and functional bridge is there. That is chemical bridge is there. So note down it is chemical synapse. Okay, then what are electrical synapse? Here I'm removing all these things. A second one I'm going to draw. Second type of synapse I'm explaining. That is electrical synapse. So open your page number 260. Both the diagrams are given, you can check. So this one is chemical synapse, you can understand. So axon terminal consists several mitochondria and also synaptic vesicles. So synaptic vesicles release neurotransmitter here. You could see detail inside the diagram. The vesicle opens on the membrane and release the acetylcholine, and they have receptors on the postsynaptic membrane. Once they attach, the gates open and specific ion enter into the next neuron. Okay, good. Now let us start electrical synapse. What happened in the electrical synapse? In electrical synapse, no gap at all. Both the presynaptic and postsynaptic membranes are in close proximity and both are connected by gap junctions. So take this is axon terminal and this is telodendrons with the synaptic knob like this, and this one is postsynaptic membrane area. Imagine it's a cell body here. This also very close proximity will draw like this. There is no 150 angstrom units gap. Very close proximity there. And both the membranes, what both the membranes? Presynaptic membrane, synaptic nerve membrane, just now I told presynaptic membrane, and dendrite membrane, just now I have given postsynaptic membrane. Both are very near to each other. There is no 150 angstroms gap. Then how both are connected? By gap junctions. So almost like cardiac muscle fiber, easily, no need of gates opening, calcium ions moving inside, allow the vesicle to move forward and allow the release of neurotransmitter attaching on the next membrane and starting the impulse in the next neuron. No, that's such type of gap or time utilization is not, consumption is not there. Directly both the membranes are connected through gap junctions. Got it? So here it is almost like cardiac muscle fiber, how impulse is transmitted in the heart muscles, exactly it occurs here also. So what happens actually? Sodium and potassium ions, like example, if you take ions flow from one cell to another cell directly. Sodium, potassium ions, like exactly like cardiac muscle fiber. You know, between cardiac muscle fiber, gap junctions are there. So that sodium and potassium ions flow from one fiber to another fiber very quickly. So your atrial contraction will be completed within 0.1 second. Ventricle contraction is completed within 0.3 seconds. Means fraction of seconds it is happening. Why? Because gap junctions are there. Exactly, you can compare this transmission like your cardiac muscle fibers. So ions flow through these channels. Got it? So we name this as electrical synapse. Electrical synapse. So what are the specific conditions here? Membranes are close proximity. What membranes? Presynaptic and postsynaptic, close proximity. Then what are present? Gap junctions are present. And how the transmission occur? Ions flow through this gap junction from one neuron to another neuron. So as it is not taking much more chemical process, here transmission is faster. Transmission is faster. Sometimes transmission is bidirectional also. Ikkada manam bidirectional cheppam. It is always unidirectional. But in the electrical synapse characters, I am writing stepwise. Close proximity, gap junctions are there. Ions flow occur through this gap junction. So directly ions flowing from one neuron to another neuron, it is faster. It's very much faster. Sometimes ion flow is also backside. So it is bidirectional. And it is very rare in human. Only seen in the brain part. Very rare. Note down. All these are features of the electrical synapse. It is very.
Here mitochondria is less, ma'am.
Undi. Ikkada kuda mitochondria untadi.
Ma'am, but less compared to chemical synapse, ma'am.
Who said it?
Okay.
Did I say no? No. Any structure in your body uses more energy and neurons. Correct. So more mitochondria. No need of saying less number of mitochondria. You can say good mitochondria, but I didn't mention as it is not a specific character. Already here I told axon terminals where they are opening into the synaptic knobs there, they have more number of mitochondria. Neurons antene they need more energy. require more ATP. So for that, good amount of mitochondria always present. Okay, now let me complete this one. So in electrical synapse flow directly from one neuron to another, and it is very, very quick, and it is very rare, mostly found in the brain region where fast actions are required. Like suppose you are driving and you are speaking. In such conditions, such type of synapses are there. Very rare in human. They are seen in the brain. Seen in the brain. Which regions are involved in fast responses? Regions involved in fast responses. అయిపోయింది. So two, both are there. It is given in your book already. I told you. 4-mark question. You have to explain how it occurs and you have to explain both of them. Important. Once you complete, I'll continue the next one. Completed? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's
Yes,
start with
ma'am.
the next point.
Yes, ma'am.
So carefully here, particularly where the students get confusion, presynaptic membrane and postsynaptic membrane దగ్గర ఎక్కువ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ చేస్తారు. So careful ఉండండి, important అది. Okay? I know where students can do mistakes, so I'm giving that idea to you people. Okay, next here, how it is transmitted here, we are going to do now. So let us start. Once again, once axon nerve impulse transmitted up to axon terminal, calcium voltage gated channels on the presynaptic membrane open, allow the calcium ions to flow inside. From where to inside, don't ask, understood it is. From the synaptic
Presynaptic.
gap, cleft. Cleft is filled with TCF. In the TCF, good amount of calcium ions are there, so they go inside. And allow them, these calcium ions allow the synaptic vesicle to move forward and to open on the membrane to release the neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter attached on the ligand-gated channels present on the postsynaptic membrane and allow the entering of specific ion into the postsynaptic neuron. Okay, good. So what happened here? It results in production of postsynaptic potentials. ఇక్కడ ఏమొస్తుంది చూద్దాం. Important postsynaptic potentials. Understood the meaning? Postsynaptic potentials. ఇక్కడ వరకు యాక్షన్ పొటెన్షియల్ కదా, మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ యాక్షన్ పొటెన్షియల్ స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి. బట్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ హియర్? We describe them as postsynaptic potential. Important point, maybe excitatory or inhibitory. Postsynaptic potentials are excitatory or inhibitory. It's a new point for you. E place lo postsynaptic potentials. Here I'm writing with red color. Yes, specific ion enters into the postsynaptic neuron. It is specific ion annamu. Why, you will understand soon. Postsynaptic synaptic potentials are maybe excitatory or inhibitory. Excitatory ante which increases or which inhibit. Excite it or inhibit it. Adi enti. What is this? Generally, nerve impulse should be increase the function. Kada kani
Excited.
imagine when you are running fast, some emergency situation is there. You have to run fast. During that time, heartbeat should increase, lung ventilation should increase, your blood vessel, particularly near capillary, they should constrict, vessels should constrict, so pressure increases. Why pressure is increased? By constricting the vessel so that more plasma enters into the tissue. So tissue will get oxygen and a good amount of glucose. So muscles fast they can undergo contraction. Any link undo chudandi. Heart and lungs work together in a coordinating way. And it is done by your medulla, brain, medulla oblongata. So both are coordinated. Once if lung ventilation increase, automatically heartbeat should be increased. Ee rendu increase avindi. Then blood vessels constrict, so pressure is increased. And output is more. Kada? Cardiac output, more amount of blood is pumped. Why? More oxygen and more glucose to the muscle. Because you are moving your muscles very fastly so that you can cope up. Cope up means you can balance that emergency situation so that you can survive. Maybe no survive like some accident or some fire accident. We have to escape from that place. So to survive means to survive you have to run. Ledu, you are going somewhere in the market, so you have to catch your train or bus or flight sometimes, even sometimes flight also. So in that emergency situation, you have to move your muscles quickly. Adi anni balance cheyali. So ivanni increase ayindi. Okay, good. You reached your terminal quickly, checked in, and you enter your flight, boarded your flight and sit in your seat. Happily, now you are calm. Even at that time, you can't imagine your heartbeat is increasing, pounding, dum, 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 pumping more amount of blood. You can't withstand it for a long time. Am I correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't carry it on for a total day. Only at that time, okay. But once you sit, again you come back to the normal condition. Oh, yeah. Some people beside you, maybe your friend or a relative or your parents, they say take some water also. They offer water. You know what is the condition of your body at that time, and you can't carry it throughout the day. Only it is helpful for you to cope up with the emergency situation. Now, when you sit there, again it should come back to the normal. Coming back to the normal and
Inhibit.
inhibit. To cope up with the emergency situation and emavali.
Excitation.
That's good. Suppose food is there in the stomach, appudu emavali.
Excitation.
Excitation. So that stomach show churning movement, all the gastric juices are secreted, mixing up, and protein digestion started, milk is coagulated, milk digestion is also started. Appudu excitatory avali. Once food digestion in the stomach is completed, now it is moving into the duodenum. Appudu stomach condition emavali.
Inhibit.
That's good. So in your body, your organs sometimes they work faster.
Yes.
Appudu excitatory. Again, when you are taking rest, they're back to the normal. Ante inhibitory. So postsynaptic potentials according to the requirement. Try to understand what I'm saying. According to the requirement, either excitatory or
Inhibitory.
good. Now you understood the meaning?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes.
why they said specific ion? Even they don't mention what ion. It depends on the condition. It depends upon the organ and its function. So not any specific ion is said. I mean, leda potassium, calcium, magnesium, zinc, em chapparu. Specific ion antadu. Depends upon the postsynaptic potentials. If organ work is required, excitatory. If organ work should come back to the normal level, inhibitory. So postsynaptic potentials may be excitatory or inhibitory. I think now you understood the meaning of the line.
Yes.
Good?
Yes, ma'am.
Now listen. If the excitatory neurotransmitter, listen carefully, excitatory neurotransmitters depolarize the membrane, postsynaptic membrane. Okay. These potentials are called excitatory postsynaptic potential. If it is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, listen carefully. If it is a inhibitory neurotransmitter, specific, it's not mentioning anything. If it is a inhibitory neurotransmitter, is it causing depolarization here?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, it's inhibiting.
Inhibit చేయాలంటే ఏం చేసుకోవాలి? డైరెక్ట్లీ హైపర్పోలరైజేషన్ ఆర్ రీపోలరైజేషన్. అంటే పొటాషియం గేట్స్ ఓపెన్ అయిపోతాయి. సోడియం గేట్స్ కంటే స్ట్రాంగ్ గా పొటాషియం గేట్స్ ఓపెన్ అయిపోతాయి. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ ఇన్హిబిటరీ న్యూరో ట్రాన్స్మిటర్. కేర్ఫుల్. సో అగైన్ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్. మే రిమూవ్ దిస్ faster, bidirectional, rare, in human, only seen in the brain, and that any part kaadu, not all the brain regions, the regions which are involved in the fast response. I am removing. Here I am writing very important point. Careful with that one. If that neurotransmitter is excitatory neurotransmitter. Excitatory neurotransmitter. Okay. Excitatory neurotransmitter. Did I give that list? Okay, I'll give. It causes depolarization on the postsynaptic membrane. ZD. Okay, good. I'm changing color. If it is a inhibitory neurotransmitter, got it. It causes what I told?
Repolarization.
Hyperpolarization akunda.
Oh.
Ante which gates open?
Potassium.
Ikkada which gates open?
Sodium gate.
That's good. That's good. Note down. It causes hyperpolarization on postsynaptic membrane. Okay. So they are on the postsynaptic membrane. So these people are called excitatory postsynaptic potentials, and these are called inhibitory postsynaptic potentials. Okay, on postsynaptic membrane. Okay, good. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాను నేను రెడ్ కలర్ తో రాస్తున్నా. So the potentials which are initiated are called, if it is causing depolarization, ఎవరు excitatory ones causing excitatory, okay, causing depolarization, then they are called ESPS, excitatory postsynaptic potentials are initiated. If it is inhibitory neurotransmitters, they cause hyperpolarization on the postsynaptic membrane, then they are called IP PSPS అంటే inhibitory postsynaptic potentials. So if it is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, it causes hyperpolarization of the postsynaptic membrane and causes inhibitory postsynaptic potentials. If it is excitatory neurotransmitter, it causes depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane and create excitatory postsynaptic potentials. Understood? ఏనా ఈ ప్లేస్ లో ఇది అంత
Yes.
కథ జరుగుతుంది. Because again the next transmission should occur, next nerve impulse or action potential should start near axon hillock. ఇక్కడ జరగాలి అంటే ఏం జరుగుతుంది? నెక్స్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు ద అనదర్ వన్. Postsynaptic potentials are graded. Understood the meaning of grade? They never, ఇప్పుడు ఒక ఐడియా వస్తుంది చూడండి, నేను చెప్తా చూడండి. They never follow all or none phenomena. ఇక్కడ ఏమైంది? Once it is started, ఇంకా అంతా it should go up to the axon terminal. Once it is started, no one can stop, you know. It should run up to the
threshold is not required now.
Yeah, good.
Threshold stimulus minus 55 is not.
Yes, so postsynaptic potentials never follow all or none phenomena. Write it. Like ఇక్కడ చేసామే, postsynaptic potential either excitatory or inhibitory. So depending upon the neurotransmitter, hyperpolarization occur or depolarization occur. Already we are done. Kada? Alane new point. Postsynaptic potentials never follow. Write down. All or none phenomena. But they are graded. You know, A grade, B grade, C grade, tells kada meeku. Graded.
Yes, sir.
Written?
Yes, ma'am.
Graded means what happened. Now listen, continuation. Put full stop and continue. Input of these potentials undergo summation. Do you know what is summation?
Many impulses are together, they form a
Added.
yes.
Sum total of antam kada manu.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So first impulse, what you can say, input. Suppose if it is excitatory input, first input is added here. We are discussing about postsynaptic potentials. Okay. So first input is added 1. Second input is added 2. Third input is added 3. Fourth input is added 4. Like that. Summation of inputs, postsynaptic potentials undergo summation. They are graded. Summation occurs, input summation occurs. Okay. And summation of inputs occur near axon hillock. Important. Once again, I'm repeating. Postsynaptic potentials never follow all or none phenomena. They are graded. Input summations occur. And inputs are added one by one, added. First input, second input, third input, fourth input, like that. And this summation occurs, direct question, summation occurs near axon hillock. Okay. Suppose out of this summation, if excitatory postsynaptic potentials are high, what happens in the Initial segment, tell me.
Depolarization.
Depolarization.
That's good. That's good. Out of that summation, if inhibitory postsynaptic potentials are more, what happens?
Hyperpolar.
That's good. Perfect. So summation occur near the axon hillock. Why summation? Because postsynaptic potential never follow all or none phenomena. ఒకటి వచ్చింది స్ట్రాంగ్ వచ్చింది ఇంకా వెళ్ళిపోవడం లేదు. లైక్ మహేష్ బాబు లాగా కాదు కదా, ఒక్కడనే వస్తా ఒంటరిగా వస్తా నిన్ను నరుకుతా తొడకొడతా, నథింగ్ డూయింగ్ హియర్. 1, 2, 3, 4 all they should add near the axon hillock. If they are negative ones, I mean inhibitory ones, hyperpolarization occur, slowly your organ work is decreased.
Ma'am,
If
so
they are
summation is compulsory, ma'am.
compulsory, it's not at all or none phenomena here. Okay, they are added here. Added, all of a sudden your heart is not decreasing, work is not decreasing all of a sudden, slow avutundi. Once you sit, it takes at least 1 or 2 minutes kada.
Yes, ma'am.
So summation should occur near axon hillock. Means postsynaptic potentials never follow all or none, they are graded. So inputs are added near axon hillock, we name that process as summation. In that summation, if excitatory postsynaptic potentials are more, they cause depolarization in the initial segment. If inhibitory postsynaptic potentials are more, it causes hyperpolarization near the what?
Initial segment.
Yeah.
Axon.
I say next lesson tomorrow, we are going to understand the examples of inhibitory neurotransmitters and some examples of excitatory neurotransmitters. And it's very important question, 2 mark question. Tomorrow we'll continue. Thank you, children. Have a nice day, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you,
Bye,
ma'am.
Nana. Bye.